So, hello and welcome, good evening everyone. We are here with Assetto Corsa Competizione Season 5, Round 10? Yeah, we are in the last quarter of this season. We've got, well, 3 rounds to go, obviously, if you can count. Those will be Spa, Monza and Kyalami. And today it's Spa, so should be a really good triple header for the end of all of this. I've got 18 drivers today and 1 commentator because Triton is, I don't know, in the abyss or something. Actually, let me check that he's not in VC with me right now because that would be embarrassing. Okay, he's not. Okay, we're lucky there. I mean, that sounded really mean. I meant, I'm lucky that I wasn't sound muted and didn't realize he was there, actually. That would have been embarrassing. So, enough, well, enough talk. Let's do some more talk, but this time let's talk about the qualifying session. And that qualifying session looks really, really one-sided right now. If I look at the timing tower, we are 12 minutes in, we've got 3 minutes to go, and a bit. And right now, Felix Rupert, our championship leader, with a gap of... I couldn't stretch the sentence long enough to to be able to check the standings and read it out in one sentence, so you wouldn't notice. He leads by 41 points. It was almost what I was gonna say. So, leads by 41 points, and he leads by 7.6 tenths. That's a really weird... 0.768 seconds. Let's go. That's the gap right now. He's leading this qualifying session by, and then behind him is P2 in the championship. It's George Brabner, aka Push. And then we've got Veldman, who has, well, had a really strong start to the season and then has kind of struggled over the last few rounds and now finds himself in P3 in... well, on the timing towers and in P5 in the standings. So, he is looking in good shape so far. He's also among the drivers who will likely, or, yeah, will probably be eliminated from the championship this week. Even though, I mean, they are... I think everyone except George and Sam is basically by definition out of it. And, yeah, everyone else is just nominally in the championship fight because there are 150 points more to be given out, and they could theoretically get them, and Felix could get none, but that's not gonna happen. So, you know, that's why I don't really consider them championship contenders. So yeah, I'd say it's Felix, Sam, and George. But likely Felix, and looking at the time that he is set in this session, and looking at the fact that he's probably gonna break into the 2-minute 16s in, well, about 5 seconds, it's, well, it's looking real dire for the others. There he comes, it's gonna be a 2-minute 16.9. Ha! I knew it. There you go. So, that is an absolute marker. It's a second faster than anyone else. Almost a second. And there are some drivers who will want to improve. So Roche is not gonna do it. He's currently got the same time as Antoine Olivet, but he's behind. He's in P5 and he's in the pit lane, so no improvement from that. Well, from that point. Antoine is probably gonna improve. Also, Veld is on a charge. Car 38. Is that Ollie? No, it's Kessel. It's Kessel. I swear Ollie ran that number once. He is causing a yellow flag, so no worries, no one is across the track or anything. Antoine has, well, Antoine has lost the time that he had gained at the start of this lap. Veld and George are both up a little bit. Veld was scratching the 3/10 improvements there as he now exits Les Combes. We're still on a fast track, by the way, not an optimum track. And now they're all kind of losing time. I'm just looking at the dots on the second screen. Of course, we can't see them, but they are jumping up and down. George is the closest to the end of his lap, and he is well, very, very, very unlikely to beat Felix in this unless he literally spun in bus stop last time out, which I assume he didn't. So he should, well, he's gained some time, but it's only 2/10. Gonna come across the line, gonna set a 2-minute 17.5. Good effort, but not even close to Felix Rupert, who looks to absolutely dominate this session. Let's go to Veld. He's currently running P3. Also, Ruben has put himself between Sam and Antoine. Also, well, I haven't mentioned Sam. He's in P4 now on a 18.2, which I think is about what he did 2 seasons ago, or 3 seasons ago in Season 2. So you won't be happy with that, I imagine. And let's wait for Veld. He's only up a 10th, so unless massive time gain in bus stop, probably not going to be enough for George. But it's not too hard to overtake at Spa, so it's not a disaster if he doesn't qualify well, as Felix Rupert improves on his time even more. 16.7, you got them, Adlin. I've got a feeling he's going to run away. But that was going to happen a lot this season, and then he spun. So, I mean, that happened 3 times this season. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen again, but it could. And that'd be tragic, but it would give George and Veld the opportunity to challenge him. Veld couldn't improve. Ruben is not on a... No, Ruben is on a run. He's the last one on a run, in fact. And he's coming towards the end of it. We're gonna... That's actually wrong. Let's go. Here you can see the delta on the top left. Corner, it seems like he's gained some time towards the end of this. Now I'm starting to think it's bugged. This doesn't look right. Did he actually find 4/10s there? Or 3? Gonna come across the line. 2-minute 80. Oh, it was actually correct. Then he finds Sam and Antoine, so it's P4 for Ruben. Solid qualifying session for him. Mr. China, who I, of course, haven't asked how his name is pronounced. Or I haven't, didn't read the answer. Says, God, I hate this track. Which is something you don't hear often about Spa. Chris says he was up 1.4 seconds and spun in the last corner, just like don't spin 5 head. So, let's actually go. Let's get this and then... Woo! Okay, so we have got a grid walk. This looks really funny. That's why he's... I mean, we looked at the times and we kind of knew Felix was an alien, but this confirms it. That's why he's so fast. It's got no friction. Amazing. So... Confirmed alien, Felix Rupert hovering over the track. And he's not the only one if you look at the grid. The suspension looks healthy. He's gonna start from the front spot of the grid ahead of George Brabner. And then it's gonna be Nico Veldman on the left side in that aggressively text marker yellow Mercedes. Then it is Rupert's teammate Light Cruiser. In P5 we've got Samuel Chumley, who hopefully won't return to Season 1 days when he was still called Chol Mondelli. He's moved on from those times, for the better, and everyone who knows what happened in that Spa season knows that it is for the better. Then alongside him in P6 it's Antoine Olivet. P7 we've got George Roche, who's now running an Aston Martin, obviously F1 inspired livery, apparently alongside, who's that? Matt China. But yeah, Jasper Smelt is P8. Kennedy Chikika leading silver class in the Ferrari on the left side in P9. Really good qualifying from him. And then the 93 Matt China in the Aston Martin, same livery as George Roche, so they are very, very likely teammates. And then Jack Mills, P11, crashed out of Silverstone by Light Cruiser. Had a little bit of a struggle, could have been really far to the front, and now needs to make up some time again if he wants to be in the championship fight. Bas Kessel, P12. Irin Visser in the Army Green Aston Martin on the left side is in P13. Then it is Viktor Chevinsky. Then we've got our last Pro Class driver, who has already, of course, given us the reason he is starting in P15. He spun on the last corner when he was 1.4 seconds up. And then it's Ryan Noppen in the car number 14. I'm not going to say that name, in number 7, in P17. And Gonzalo Fernandez in P18, that's our grid walk. We've got a Spa race to come. Let's hope it is gonna be a good one. Even though I imagine Felix is probably just gonna run away with this. But maybe the other drivers are gonna be able to prove me wrong. And I mean, they have often. And Felix has made mistakes in the past, so it's certainly worth to find out what's gonna happen here. 1 hour of Spa will start after a formation lap, the longest formation lap on the calendar, of course, because it's the longest track on the calendar, 7 kilometers and 4 meters. Track is still on fast conditions, and I imagine we're probably gonna move into the night through dusk. Because, well, that's just what the sky is telling me. Skybox looks pretty dark, so we will likely need our flashlights. No, that's not. They are not flashlights. You know what I mean? It's literally just lights. I just can't talk. We'll likely need our front lights at the end of this race, but they're on regardless, anyways. Already. I found it very interesting that apart from Chris, Silver and Pro are very, very balanced, because top 8 is literally Pro, and then it is, well, and then it's a block of 5 or Silver class drivers, 1 Pro, and then the rest is Reserve or Silver class. So I think it's actually, on this track, the drivers have basically performed exactly as we wanted them. I'm gonna have a look at the Silver class standings, because those are probably still to be decided. Jasper Smelt's still leading Silver class, but he can't collect points anymore because he's been promoted. I don't know if he's actually going to win the championship. He's up 45 points from Jurien Visser. And so it's probably going to be Visser, Kessel, Mills still in it, Chikeka still in it, Noppen still in it. You can see, I mean, it's the drivers who have attended the most races who are in this fight, basically. So there's Visser is in P13, Kessel P12, so we should see an interesting fight there, and then it's Mills ahead of him, so the top 3 in Silver class are running in reverse order from P11 to P13. That should be really exciting. I'm almost certain this is gonna be the more exciting race compared to Pro class, because of Felix's recent pace. Of course, I should mention he did, I mean, he's an endurance driver for Excel Racing by Rennwelten. Why do I say it that way? I'm literally able to speak German. Why do I pronounce it English? Excel Racing by Rennwelten, and they did that race. They finished, I believe, P3, and Felix, of course, played a big part in that. Did a 3rd or a 4th of the running there. So massive experience here in Spa-Francorchamps, probably more than the others in recent times, and that should probably give him the competitive edge today, and it's probably the reason he had such a dominant qualifying performance. But into turn 1, well, so the thing is, I mean, for those who don't know, we don't start on the start-finish straight here. We start down the hill, coming into Eau Rouge. So Eau Rouge is actually the first corner of this race. It's the only track where the starting line and the finish line aren't the same. Meaning La Source is, well, we start past La Source. Driver's gonna line up on the run down the hill. I imagine it is probably because there's no space between start, finish, and bus stop. So drivers would have to start the race in the middle of bus stop, and that could be dangerous, I guess, and really bad for them. So I think that's why we're doing this. So yeah, we are not gonna go green as we cross this line. We're gonna go green crossing the line down the hill, and then we hope for, well, not another Season 1 repeat. We've had plenty of carnage at Spa, and I hope it doesn't strike again. Because if it does, then it's entertaining, but the rest of the race is gonna have a lot less drivers, and I don't want that, of course. So, Focus your eyes on the leaders. Can George stick his nose in at Eau Rouge? Or should he even? I don't know. How aggressive is he gonna be? Because getting ahead at the start is probably gonna be his only shot if he wants to win this race. We've got green and we are go for this 10th round of this season. And it looks like George has gotten a really good start in the black Lamborghini. He's gonna take the inside line for Eau Rouge. They're gonna give each other space running up the hill. Felix almost cuts him off. George has to take a little bit of evasive action. They're gonna run side by side down the Camel Straight. Behind them, Veltman had a terrible start. He already lost the position to Ruben. There goes Sam with an absolute charge. He's deep into the slipstream, gonna attack Velt, who might drop down to P5. Up front, Rupert keeps his lead ahead of George. Really deep braking by Sam, who's up to P4. Really good start from him. Still fighting side by side by Veltman. Chikeka getting all sorts out of shape there in the background for Silver Class. He loses his class lead, I believe. And here it is into Bruxelles. It is Felix Rupert defending his position with Ruben already knocking on the door. He might actually be a really good rear gunner for his teammate there. So the top three with a sizable gap ahead of Nico Veltman, who's actually gotten past Chumley again. That must have been a nice re-overtake as they all run a little bit over the curb at No Name Corner. I'm impressed we didn't have any collisions that I was able to spot. What's going on in Silver Class? So we've got I think Medjina is leading Silver Class. Yes, he is, and he might actually be riding an attack on Antoine Olive with a bad start. Oh, someone's off. That's Turkey. What happened to him? It's just Puhon, and he just slides wide, and that's the wrong way. Mills, no, you can see Mills. Something happened to Mills, but he's probably still fine. Just lost loads of time and position. So Mills has to fight an uphill battle from here. Let's see what's the situation in this race, as the timing tower should finally come to realize that they are not in their starting positions anymore. Someone's off track in the back. I think that's Olive. Okay, so Felix leading this race with a 3/10 gap over his rivals George Brabner and Ruben van den Herding. Then Nico Veltman leading the second train. I would call this the front midfield. And then it's Sam ahead of Roshu. They are in a pack of three. Antoine, who went off track a little bit. There goes the Silver Class leader, Medjina, with an absolute dive bomb that seemed to work out fine temporarily. Might put him at the mercy of Jasper Smelt, who wants to get in front of the Silver Class driver. Again, fails to do so, though he's right now the buffer between Gina and Kennedy Chikeka. There goes Smelt to the inside in the Lexus. He's gonna open the door, maybe Gina. Oh no! Spin! Chikeka spins Smelt around, and now Chikeka's basically completely taken out of this fight for the race win in Silver Class. Yellow flag, so Smelt to the back of the grid. Up front, we're gonna run down the Camel Straight. It's a really long one into Les Comps. Slipstream incredibly potent, but I don't think that George is close enough to make this happen. So it's going to be a continued race lead for Rupert. Roshu doesn't look able to go the pace of Veltman and Chumley. Chumley looks knocking on the door for Velt, so he might try and get past as soon as possible and then try and close the gap. He, of course, won his third career race last time out. He won in Zolder and Monza of Season 2 and then never again. Well, never again until last time out in Silverstone, where he took victory at his home Grand Prix. And so he's coming off a big high as the drivers are extending No Name Corner. Let's hope that's no warning for anyone. Am I missing any action? Let's go down the order. So what's happening? Roshu, Olive 7 and 8, and then China and Kessel really close there, but well, actually not that close. It's like a second between them, and in that second window we had Kennedy Chikeka on the race start, but something happened to him. Well, he collided with Smelt. So that is why there is such a big gap there. Chris is apparently fighting real hard with Visser. Wait, where's Chris? Ooh, lost the position to Fernandez, didn't he? He did. I don't know how, but somehow it's gone wrong for Chris. Make sure we don't miss any action. No, this doesn't look like an overtake. This does not either. And, oh my god. Yeah, the HUD isn't broken. I'm just dumb. Thanks for telling me. I wish not to speak on the matter. I am incredibly sorry for this. There you go. I'm really sorry. Thanks for telling me. I should have noticed. That's some professionalism right there. I must have accidentally changed the size of the thingy while streaming something else. Okay, did something happen while I wasn't paying attention? I don't think it did, but George is absolutely not getting shaken off by Rupert easily. He's completely willing and capable to take the fight to the Luxembourg, well, to the Luxembourger. I swear this is like the 10th time that I don't know how to call people from Luxembourg. Oh, Chikeka's round. That is, well, you don't need good imagination to imagine what happened here, but we're gonna look at it anyways. Yup. Goodbye. Bonk. Into the wall goes Kennedy Chikeka. And, oh, I think I want to jump to real time because I think there's close action between Chavinsky and Visser. We're still in the replay. Give me real time again. Can we go live, please? There we go. Oh, it's a huge situation. There's Gonzalo Fernandez gets on the inside of his teammate. I mean, he doesn't care that Visser is fighting for the championship. He tries to get this position for himself. Are they going to run safely through Pujon? Really nicely done from Fernandez. Gives him space. There goes Mills. How patient is he going to be? He needs to get a move on. Kinda is on the inside of Chris. Now it's going to turn into the outside into Lefania. And the Aston Martin still side by side. And it looks like Fernandez is just gonna have to yield. He is the car with the purple trim. And there goes Chris now down the inside into Stavolo. And he gets the position done. Really nice fighting. Oh, goes to the gravel. There comes Mills. And he takes one and he might just take two. Doesn't. But almost did. Was a very keen eye from Jack Mills there on his way to recovery after whatever happened on Pujon on lap 1. Really good fighting there. And while all that is happening, the other Silver Cup drivers, Bas Kessel and Machina, are checking out from the train. Is that a move actually from Fernandez on Mills? No, but he had a little bit of a look. Mills almost going deep, but no Aris video needed. That's code for if someone ruins someone else. Everything fine on that front. By the way, if the audio levels are completely, if the audio balance is off, then tell me. Because I've had some problems in the recent weeks, and I can't say I'm confident that I can fix them, but it's at least good if I know that they are there. We've also gone to an optimum track, by the way. In the meantime, I haven't mentioned that yet, so they're just gonna... Oh no, Chavinsky! God damn it! Well, we've seen this before. We're gonna go on board. This is a replay of Viktor Chavinsky, who's gonna do Porsche things. Well, that's what you get when you drive a four-wheeled rodeo bull. Exactly what you get, what you order, honestly. It's better than my local McDonald's. Never get what you order there. That was the best comparison. Oh no. Oh no. So, and of course, just as I say that George has the pace to stick with Felix, Felix is trying to make me lose all credibility by just saying, no, you are factually incorrect. So he's now stepped it up one gear and is going a little bit faster. 9/10 the gap to George. But it's not out of reach, you know. If George can keep this up, then he can still threaten the undercut. The only problem with that, of course, is that overtaking... Oh, no. Oh, no. Well. Let's watch it, shall we? This is a replay from Kennedy Chikeka running in P17. Chavinsky... Wait, Chavinsky? No, he didn't retire. Okay. Oh, what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you, but... Oh, no. That's one of the more tragic ones. Just gets caught on the curb on the entry. Oh no. And he retires, so we're down a driver. Also smelled past Noppen in the meantime. So yeah, that was tragic. I don't really know what to say about that one. Except exactly what I did say. What I was gonna say, originally, is that Rupert, well, Brabner is not in a strong position. He is in undercut range. Maybe he can threaten Rupert and force him to do a pit stop as soon as he pits himself. But the problem is that overtaking really isn't that hard if you've got a pace advantage. You just need to enter Eau Rouge about 3/10 behind someone, then be confident enough to not completely do a scared lift. And then you're probably able to slipstream past on the Camel Straight into Lake Comp. Should be a relatively easy move, which means that track position isn't that valuable, which then in turn means the undercut isn't that strong because you're not able to hold the position unless you got the pace, and right now it looks like Rupert has the pace and George doesn't. So honestly, the plan for George here just needs to drive faster, as 5-head as that sounds. And is, it's just true. Also, in the meantime, while we weren't paying attention, Chris has passed Visser, and so he is leading that little queue. He's trying to fight himself back into pro class contention. We've got basically 2 battle groups. We've got the fight for P4 between Velt and Sam. We've got the fight for P10 between Chris, Jurien, Jack and Gonzalo. Oh, Fernandez on the lunge. They're in the Aston Martin Mills. No. Well. I see how it is. There goes Smelt. He says thank you very, very much. And Fernandez has completely outdone himself there. Let's watch it again on Helicam. That's a really desperate lunge, and he just, I know what he wanted to do, and it almost worked, but he didn't get it stopped because he was on the curb on the inside, and that didn't give him the stopping power. So, you know, was ambitious, and in the end, he punts Mills off the road, who I'm sure is absolutely steaming right now. Also retires, I think. No, Fernandez. Okay, Fernandez didn't retire. And that. Mills, no? What was that? Oh no, the replay wasn't long enough. Oh no. I'm sorry for that replay. That wasn't the intention, by the way. And I think I need to jump to the live feed. There is the live feed. Oh, Antoine! Antoine gets thrown off by Radillon, and there comes Gina. He wants to show that he's capable of beating a silver driver. We are on board with him as he passes Antoine Olivet after Olivet makes the big mistake at the top of the hill. So Gina up to P7. Also, Veld and Sam are fighting. Really closely, man. It's too much going on, and I don't know what happened to Mills. I should investigate. Oh, 57 off, it's Chavinsky. We're gonna watch it because it's always fun to see a Porsche die. Goodbye. Let's go back to the live feed. I wish there was like a banner that said replay when you go into the replay. That would really be needed. Because otherwise I just have to say it all the time, and that is really annoying. I am sure, to everyone. Antoine, not gonna be happy with that, of course. 5-head. He's gonna try and re-overtake, but Gina is also gonna try and re-overtake, or not re-overtake, just gonna try and overtake his teammate in the Aston Martin, George Rochu. And that makes for a very spicy 3-man battle group. Also, Chumley on a charge. Can Chumley finally get the move on Veld? We're heading into bus stop. Is he gonna do it here? Looks to the outside, and it's not late enough on the brakes. I mean, he wouldn't get around him anyways. Nicely held from Veld, and there's a really early pit stop from Sam. He does his usual thing. It brought him victory. Oh, someone's off in the background. That is Rochu. In the Aston Martin, got really deep, and Gina opens the door to Antoine Olivet, so they're gonna run side by side into turn 1. They almost pit maneuver each other on the straight. Inside line braking for the 93, almost gets blocked by his teammate. That might give him a terrible run out, and they will run information down to Eau Rouge. Not gonna hold it alongside each other. So slotting in behind is Olivet. He wants to set him up for the top of the hill, pressuring him up the mountain. And that was a little bit of an unsettled moment there for the Aston Martin, but it was probably not enough to just give Olivet a free buy. We're on board with him as he has a look to the inside, while the guy ahead of him has a look to the inside of the leader of this train himself. spicy battle group for sure. And Gina, honestly, the thing about him is he just needs to not overcommit, because this is not his race. I mean, he will probably win silver class if he doesn't risk too much. So the question is, how much is he willing to risk for P6 in overall standings, considering he's a silver class driver. Antoine gets a little bit out of shape there, misses the apex and Pujon. Didn't get it properly down to the apex as he entered that corner on the curb. So, yeah, and behind them, Field is kind of strung out. Kessler's caught up to them, which is absolutely spicy now that I think about it. Because while Ginar is struggling to get past his teammate Roshu, the second place in silver class is catching up. And he is in range to threaten with the undercut. We've seen Sam do the undercut. And maybe... So it means the window is open, theoretically. And maybe Kessel can use that to jump in and try and threaten Gina for the class lead here. And that would force him to pit and maybe give him a big disadvantage against Oliver and Roshan. This is an interesting dynamic that we are getting a four-man fight out of this. But of course that requires that Kessel has the read on the strategy. And someone else who does is Antoine Olivier. 43 minutes to go. He dives into the pit lane. No one else does, by the way. Oh, no, actually Veld does. Which means we're going to be able to compare Veld to Sam on this longest pit lane of the calendar. Wait, that's the wrong car. Can I... Hello? Ah, there we go. That's what I want to see. It's the two Aston Martins. Sky Racing Team, as they call themselves, apparently. Yeah. Oh, that might be a warning. But it might also be some good speed carried up the hill. Even though it was off the track. And not enough for a move, though. Camel straight. Seems like a tough one to pass. This is not a move. The move is not on. Needs a better run. I mean, Spa is a track where you can overtake, but it's a GT3 track, so it's not for free. I think the only GT3 track where you actually get free overtakes sometimes is Monza. Which is the next race, so, you know, make sure to check that out, because Monza's always fun. And carnage. And fun. Where's Olivier? Where's Sam? You can look at the map. This time you actually can, because I fixed the stream. So you can actually see the map, and they can see the 17 and the 29 in the pit lane. And they're going to be fighting with the triple one out of the pits. Pit lane, of course, skips Eau Rouge and then rejoins past Radion in the big runoff. There goes the first car. That is Veldman is now getting a move on it. Up the hill, we're going to see Chumley. You can see the... Oh, there's the Mercedes. Where is he gonna come out? Veldman sees the blue McLaren in his mirror, and I think Veld is just gonna get the, well, lose the position. There goes Sam, and that's worked an absolute treat. He's probably gained about a second on the other undercut, and is now ahead, gets clear air, and might be able to run away off, or might be able to run away from Veld in the second stint, maybe even close the gap on Ruben and George up front, which is absolutely what he needed, so he succeeded at his plan. Oliver, of course, a good bit behind them, but he was before the pit stops as well, so that's not the biggest revelation of the evening. And that is really close between the Aston Martins. Oh, yeah, you shouldn't be able to hear that sound. That's maybe not good. So is Gina finally going for the move slipstream, and I think this is it. He has a look to the outside, which gives Roshu an easier way to defend into late comp, but he has to do it on the brakes, and that is exactly what he does, and he gets the corner nicely done. Passes another pro driver. He's hunting them down today, and he gets away further from Bass in the Lexus, who was catching up to him, and it was getting spicy, so he needed to get a move on, and he did exactly that. Well done. The gap up front between Rupert and Brabner is 3.2 seconds, by the way. So Rupert is faster. He's not dominating as he dominated qualifying, but he's certainly, I mean, he's, as expected, the man to beat today, and it looks like George doesn't have the pace to live with him. Right, now at least maybe he can find some in the second stint. Maybe a mistake from Felix can get him back into this. It's certainly not over for George, but it's an uphill battle for sure. Visser is pit, by the way. I think it was P3 in silver class. And he was not gonna get... well, he's probably not gonna get China and Kessel. So he's gonna lose some points in the standings of silver class to Kessel. Now George comes into the pit lane. Let's hope he didn't speed. Easy to do. It's a really weird pit entry. I personally have no idea where to brake there, ever. So I hope no one did that. Also, I hope he doesn't spin in the hairpin. That happened in 24 hours of Spa to the rival of Felix Rupert. With 30 minutes to go, they hooked the inside wall and spun round, giving the Renberton team the podium, and George gives it a wide berth because, well, he wants to play it safe. That's a 2.7 gap. Sam gained about a second on Veld, so I would expect it to be 1.7 seconds at the end of the undercut, unless of course Felix makes a mistake, but that would have to be a big one. Also, Roshu, Strecker, Smelt, no, not Smelt, Mills have all come into the pit lane. Meaning that likely China is gonna lose the position to Roshu again. That he just gained, we watched that. Camel straight into late comp, and that's probably gonna be a position swap again. These pit stops are taking ages. Sam is gonna pass all of the pitting men. I think they're gonna settle in somewhere behind Veld. And look at the gap that Sam's already pulled to Nico. Out of the pits it was close, but now he's just got a big gap. So probably the undercut isn't as strong as I thought. It's just Sam having a pace advantage. Anyways, can we see the end of the pit stop? Yes, we can. There's Roshu, and he's been passed by Antoine, who's gotten a big undercut on everyone involved. Well done to him, but now he's got a tire disadvantage for the last, I'd guess, about 15 laps of this race. And the gap between Roshu and wait, that smelled? Yeah, it smelled. Oh yeah, because we're still waiting for Gina and Kessel to pit. Yeah, okay. And the interesting question is gonna be where do Gina and Kessel come out in relationship to Roshu? By the way, what thing that's been triggering me all race, I'm calling him Gina, and it sounds like it just sounds like I'm a German who's incapable of speaking English, or who just says China. Because it's China. It's people who say that. I'm triggering myself every time I say that. Oh, is the stream broken, or is that me? Ah, good. It's me. Okay. Don't mind that. I mean, this pit stop's gonna take a while. Where is Roshu? Roshu is, well, he's just past Blanchimont, and they're gonna drive bus stop now. Smelt and Chris are fighting it out, by the way. As the 25 moves out of the pit lane, that's Ruben. And, well, he's well behind the 31, well ahead of the 111. So, about where he was before. Though, actually, I think Sam has gained a solid amount of time. So, I think Sam versus Ruben is going to be a fight we're going to be able to observe towards the end of the race. As Sam has had a great time on the undercut. And has had some great pace as well. And I think it's gonna come into effect very soon. I think Ruben had a slow one, actually. Also, Rupert gained more time on Brabner in the pit stop cycle. And Roche... Wait, what's... Oh! Breaking deep is Van den Hudding. So yeah, that's gonna be a fight very, very soon. And I'm sure that we're gonna see battling on track because, well, obviously no pit stops anymore, just come from the pit stop phase. And that's the fun part, I think Sam is faster, but not fast enough to just breeze past. So he'll have to work for it. We're gonna be able to observe him do his job. And here is Chinar ahead of... Oh, Chinar has lost so much time, what's going on? He's lost the class lead. Sir Kessel is now leading class, 1.2 seconds out of Roshu, 3 seconds out of Chinar. It seems like Chinar can't pit or something, because he's lost a lot of time on his in-lap or the pit stop last time out in Silverstone, and now it's the same picture again. It's something he needs to figure out, for sure, if he wants to fight for a championship at any point. It's of course too late this season, he only joined, like, last race. But, yeah, it seems to be a consistent theme, and now he's got a Lexus breathing down his neck. Jasper Smelt, the teammate of Bas Kessel, if he can get him behind himself, then that'll be great for his teammate in the Lexus. And does he have a look? No, I mean, he has a look, but he doesn't go for it. Not a serious consideration. Can't run bus swap around the outside, just too slow a corner. So the additional meters matter so much more percentage-wise compared to a fast corner. So you can't swing it around the outside, basically. Oh, that was a really good run. How does he do that? And is someone of them gonna yield? I hope this goes well. We're gonna get side by side into Eau Rouge. Massive respect given by both. And there goes Chris. Chris with a massive swing. He goes off track and Radion rejoins and is ahead of Smelt. So Smelt lost the position there because he was being careful, as you should be, but he pays a price. Can Chris actually go for two? He's tucked in behind. He needs to do it on the brakes if he wants to. He's having a look. Oh, Chris! My god, he almost gets himself spun there, but doesn't quite. Now he gets all loose over the curb at Les Combes, and that might set Smelt up for a move into Bruxelles. The Lexus to the inside. Lexus versus Ferrari. Chris versus Jasper, and he gets it done again. So he takes revenge for the move up the hill. And beautifully done, nice counter, doesn't lose loads of time. Solid battling between those three, and that's given Chinar some breathing space, breathing room. That's how a normal person would say it. And now 2.4 seconds to George Roshu, and by extension 4 seconds to silver class leader Bas Kessel. Also, Sam is within reach of Ruben by now. That'll probably be the most important fight of this race until the end of it. Mills, in the meantime, has gone past Fernandez. So he's gained P13, or rather P4 in class. He's not going to be happy with that yet. About 3 Mills no moments that I can remember. First one was Pujon, second one was getting spun by... It was Fernandez, wasn't it? I think it was Fernandez into Lefagne, and then the third one was him just driving straight in bus stop for no discernible reason whatsoever. So we have 3 Mills no moments, but none of them has taken him out of the race, but out of contention, because there's a 20-second gap to Jurien, and he's probably not gonna get that. I'm pretty sure of that, actually. So let's go back to this fighting group. Because as long as we don't have Sam versus Ruben to worry about, this is where we're gonna get our entertainment from. Pretty sure. You just need to be able to take it as close to flat as possible and not get the car unsettled, because an unsettled car usually means having to lift, and that just comes back to bite you all the way down the straight. I'm still running information, so no overtake through slipstream from the Lexus or the Ferrari for that reason, or for that matter. You can see, I mean, Jasper seems a little irritated by the car ahead of himself. He's got the pace to catch back up after he makes a slight mistake. And I wonder if Gina is actually gonna lose time just on the defense. Now, certainly better run from Jasper, but Lefania, tough one to get it done, so he doesn't really take Pujon close or tight enough. Oh, this Lexus is eating curbs. But so should the Aston, honestly. Both absolute big boy cars. Or rather, you know, not too hard to drive cars, because they are very resistant to curbs. And Sam and Ruben seem to have stabilized their gap. And so do Felix and George up front. But of course that works in Felix's favor. Chris is still hanging on to this. They're actually really close to Roshu. You can see him. Yeah, we're catching Roshu and Kessel. Both of them are not fast enough to check out from this 3-man fight, so we might actually get a 5-man battle group. I'm getting kinda, you know, I'm getting kinda hyped. Oh, was that a mistake out of Jasper? I think it might have been. Oh, Chris! Chris on the move, Chris in the slipstream, Jasper on the defensive line, he moves to the inside, but can Chris outbrake him into Les Combes? No. No. The answer is a straight no, as solid work from Smell. He made the mistake, but able to defend it. I wonder why everyone's so quick to give up the inside as an attacker. I've not really seen anyone force their way down the inside. I don't think Smelt held, I don't think Smelt hugged the closest to the inside he could have. So maybe there was space for Chris to slip through and catch him off guard. I'm yet to see someone doing it today. But, you know, that would be spicy. I need action, I need adrenaline, I need to watch that. And now they're strung out a little bit more, but that's surely gonna end as soon as those two get into a little bit of a disagreement over P8. I managed to fight it out cleanly earlier into a combo as that move, and now we're in the same situation again, and I wonder how long Matt will take to get the move done, because he is being bottlenecked here. He would be able to go faster, I'm sure of it, and then he would be able to catch Bas Kessel, currently leading Silver. Classes is already the move. No, it's not. Reasonable, very reasonable, because then he'd probably just get counted out of Radeon. So he doesn't go for it, he's probably going to wait for the slipstream, and then it's going to take him. Gonna see a teammate on teammate overtake for the second time tonight. I think I have to close my windows. It's getting cold. Also, my throat is basically completely giving up. Okay. Oh, George gets a drive-through! Ah, man, that's sad. Okay. I hope he doesn't give his teammate a too tough time into Lake Comp. Yeah, it doesn't. He just opts right out of that. Now, I wonder if he's going to be able to do some work against Jasper. No, he just moves out of the way. Wow, he's better at letting pass. He's better at letting people pass without blue flags than with. And he's going to retire. I mean, this is the longest pit lane. Like, it loses you a minute to get a drive through for about, like, 2 seconds of time gain. Shocking for him. It makes sense, kinda. But it's sad nonetheless. So now that that car's gone, we have Mert Chinar versus Bas Kessel for silver class win. Coming up shortly, I imagine, because that gap is about 3 seconds, and I think Mert has the pace. And also, fight for P9 should be interesting. It's a Smelt versus Strecker. That should be interesting as well, of course. So those two fights are a thing, and then of course Ruben versus Sam. But Sam's... Oh! Oh, he's closer than ever, I think. It looks really close. Kinda. Don't know. It's kinda hard to say. I'm still waiting for dusk, by the way. I think sun's, like, slowly setting. But honestly, it just looks gloomy. It does just look gloomy. Oh, wait, it says... Wait, 5:45 PM. What's that? That's like... It's like 17:45. That's not late. That's actually not late at all. Why is it so dark? What? Okay. Wait, let me actually check something. How long has it been that way? Do we have static daytime? No, we don't. Okay. We don't, but it's 1x time. There's no sped up or anything. No. Nothing of the sort is happening. So we're not gonna reach sunset tonight. We're just gonna have this gloomy and overcast and kind of terrible looking sky for the end of the race. That's sad. Look at it. Like, what is this? Germany? I don't know. Looks kind of grey to me. I mean, if I didn't see the weather forecast on the top right, I'd start throwing predictions out there that it's gonna start raining. But I know it doesn't. Oh wait, what's that? Chris was wait, is Chris no, he's made a mistake or something. Okay, we're gonna jump into a replay. No, he's just lost a lot of time. Something's gone wrong. Probably thought because the last Delta update said 200s. So they probably thought and something happened. Actually, oh god, this doesn't work. Are you kidding? No, okay, they literally just weren't close. Whatever. Cool. Delta lying to me. As if my job isn't hard enough alone. My throat's kinda killing me, so, you know. He talks 45 minutes straight without breathing in between. Complains that his throat is sore. Really weird, that one. I wonder how that works. Can't wrap my head around it. Honestly. And Mert is indeed faster than Bas, but I don't know if it's enough That's for silver win, of course. We've closed about 7/10 since the last time I talked about it, but I don't know when that was. I think it was like 7 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. In that case, we'll probably get there. But not for sure. So we're going to keep an eye on that gap. That might be striking distance in about 5 laps. We're 17 laps, or 16 and like 4/5 of a lap into this race, and Felix Rupert is just doing his usual thing. Let me actually... Wait, I quickly need to do something very important. What's that gap? I'm gonna go with... We're gonna wait for George. I wanna see average pace difference. 7.1, so we're gonna wait. Let's go 7.2 divided by 17. That's so it's about a 4/10 gap per lap. Yeah, sounds about right. Was a lot more in the last lap. Jesus. He's so much faster, but not consistently. Like on average it's 4/10, but on the last lap Felix just gained 8/10 on George. There's not much George can do. It's really tough when you're in a race and you know that the only way to do better is just, you know, to drive better, but you're not gonna find pace in the middle of a race. It's really frustrating. I've been there a lot of times when you just see that the only limiting thing is pace and you don't even have safety cars, strategy, anything to get back. Quite a tough situation. You can see if you look at the delta, where he somehow gained 4/10 from start finish to the end of the Camel Straight. Somehow. That's not even straights, like it's literally, yeah, that's not even corners, it's like literally one corner and then a rouge. It really counts as 5 corners. Maybe George had a lift. No, I haven't lost my sanity, but my voice is really close to. It's actually going reasonably fine. I'm just... Oh, someone's dead! 27, who's 27, who's 27? I know that number. Oh, God. Oh, it's Mills! No! Ah! We're gonna watch a replay. Mills! And that is number 4. Death. That's sad. I think last time we were here at Spa was season 3, except the pre-season race thingy. The charity... No, not charity. It wasn't charity, it was a giveaway. Giveaway, charity, it's the same thing. Giving money to hungry children in the third world is totally the same as having Coach Dave Academy giveaway. Totally the same, honestly. So we had a giveaway race. And that was of course fought between Felix and Ruben. But before that it was season 3, it was a legendary race. It was the race where I had 3 warnings and I was so scared of the drive-through, I was running P4, that I would brake every time I entered Eau Rouge. I just literally broke. I broke physically with my brake pedal, and I broke mentally. Because I had to brake in Eau Rouge. And I think Mills finished behind me on that. Or something, I think it was a good race for Mills and something happened, I don't know. But I know that he's reasonably fast on this track. It's just, yeah, he's spun multiple times, he's been killed multiple times, he's actually spun himself once, he's crashed twice, and he has just not seen the corner once. I have no idea how that happens though. So that's why he's currently finding himself in P14, that is P6 in class. Silver class attendance to the moon. Hang in there, only 18 minutes remaining. It's fun. It's fine. I've got Uniliga right after this. I told my team I can't practice. It's a match that decides if we're going to playoffs or not, and I'm gonna have like 3 minutes of calming down between this and the Uniliga match. That's fun. Let's go. Pit stop for Mills. I mean, it's not a secret what he's gonna do. He's gonna get his car fixed if he doesn't retire. Probably not retiring. Mills isn't the guy to retire. And China has... oh no. I just realized because WoW is here, we now have a German in chat, so there's gonna be a second person who's gonna hear me say China and think I'm talking about the country China. God damn it. It's like barbarians and barbarians all over again. What's the difference between barbarians and Bavarians? Bavarians don't live in Saxony. There you go. And Sam's just not able to close this, man. I've hyped this fight up because I want to see it. It's just not happening. Sam, go faster. Do it. Do something. I wonder if this is time we're playing into this, because of course he did pull the undercut. I don't know how big it was, like how many laps. It might have been like 2 or 3 laps. So in that case, because it's laps around Spa, that might actually be a notable pace difference, and probably like the 1 or 2 tenths a lap that he's lacking right now to actually attack Ruben. On the last lap they were basically synchronized. It's an 18.297 for Ruben and an 18.291 for Sam. That's 6,000 gained. If he keeps this up, he'll be there by the end of the season. If he keeps driving, like, for the next 2 weeks. And something's happened to Gina as well. He's being pressured by Smelt hard. I wonder if he had to drive an attack. I mean, Smelt can help out his teammate big time. Of course, the Lexuses in P7 and P9 are teammates. So every tenth that Smelt can force out of Gina by forcing him offline is a tenth that Kessel has buffer to keep Silver Class win. So I'm pretty sure Smelt is just being the rear gunner, trying to get his teammate and fellow Dutch compatriot to win this race in Silver Class. And it's a tough spot for Mert to be in, for sure. He's done a great job, honestly. I might just lose out because of the pit stops again. Wait, you are building a PC for... I didn't know that. Okay. Update me. I need to know. To be fair, my PC hasn't done the stupid since I told you, basically. Like, I restarted after you told me to, and since then the issue's been completely gone. Which is funny, because I restarted before you told me as well, and that didn't fix anything. The second restart just magically did it. It's amazing. It's probably because an IT guy told me to restart. That changes everything. Some great stuff. Everything I don't understand is magic, and IT certainly is magic in that case. And that's a really close one from Smelt. Behind Melt. So he might be able to challenge him out of Radion. He just needs to stick really, really close to the rear of that Aston Martin. That's the one car I wanna watch this. Oh no, he gets all sorts of out of shape and then floors it up the hill. That might be a warning, and it's certainly time loss. It's just so hard to carry the speed up there, carry the momentum, get the overspeed, and then be close enough for the slipstream without spooking yourself and potentially murdering someone. I know I asked you to, but you just said... I mean, you didn't say, I'm literally gonna do that right now, or I'm literally gonna do it without further talk. I did... So... I just assumed at some point I'd get more and more desperate, then I'd hit you up again. But it's great. Tell me all your findings, because I'm certainly too stupid. There you go. That is Smelt. Is he gonna make him? No. Slowly going insane. It's happening. I'm actually going insane. I thought he was gonna make a move into Puhan. In that case, he would be the one going insane. But yeah, it's tough for Matt to focus on the road ahead when he's got a Lexus on the road behind and a Lexus on the road ahead. That is helped out by the Lexus on the road behind. That's not confusing at all. Nice run through Stavelo, so he's gonna be safe until, well, I think next straight. The thing is also, Lexus has brilliant straight line speed. So as soon as he makes a mistake, Smelter's gonna be there. But if Bass makes a mistake and Mertz is close, then he's not gonna be passed easily. That Lexus is a rocket. Tough situation. Sam had gained 2 tenths in the meantime and has lost them again. So it just doesn't look like the Season 2 champion and Round 9 winner will be able to have a go towards the end of this. He's running out of time. It's 9 minutes, so about 5 laps. Oh god. It's just doing all my work. Yeah. Why are they overpriced? This is like, is it crypto? It's crypto, isn't it? It's great. Just because those people want to earn money, I can't buy graphics cards. Great. Great. Yeah, I mean, just DM me whatever you found, and I'm gonna take a look, and then I'm gonna need to go within myself and wonder if I really need a new PC right now, or if I should buy a goddamn bicycle. It's one of the two. Yeah. Those goddamn crypto people. Screw you. They're taking my graphics cards. 8 minutes on the clock. And I mean, it's safe to say that George is actually still... Is he still pushing? Nah. I mean, he's driving like a second slower than his PB, so I assume he's just coasting to the end. He knows he can't beat Felix. He'd need an absolute miracle. And pushing himself into a mistake is not exactly the miracle he needs. But after this race, it's going to be real tough to stay in the championship fight until the last round. Well, he needs to outscore Felix in the last one, I'm pretty sure. Because after this, the points gap is going to be 49 points. There's 50 points to be gained. So if he's outscored by 1 point, then the championship's over. Which means he just needs to finish ahead of Felix at Monza if he wants to keep his hopes alive, even though that's still, I mean, they are still pretty low. He needs to outscore him big time at Monza. Something kind of has to happen to Felix. I think that's the outlook on the championship. We're probably gonna see Felix be our Season 5 champion. That's not, well, it's not over until it's literally over. And I'm full of wisdom, I should write a book or something. Sam is, well, Sam's just fallen off now. It's 1.7 seconds. Probably hit a tire cliff or something. He lost 5 tenths on the last lap. It's an 18.8 out of himself and 18.3 out of Ruben. They're still going really fast. I wonder if it's just track tims or something, or if I'm just really slow. My advice right now, get a bicycle. True. I mean, my current graphics card is, wait, how old is it? It's not too... Wait, my PC isn't old. Yeah. Actually, my PC is way younger than I thought. It's like 3 years old. So, my PC and my graphics card are 3 years old. My bicycle is 25 years old, so... Should probably get a replacement for that. But then again, I'm not using it. And Mert is finally on the back of Bass, so we're still gonna get our fix. Other fight, I said that Silvercloud's probably gonna be the one to look out for, and I was actually right for once. And on those last laps, they will fight it out for 25 points. And that could be big for Bass, because, well, if he holds... Oh, 20 mils! No! Number 6. Jack Mills bins the car, part 6. You're really gonna mow the lawn right now. That's... Oh, what's... Okay. I don't even wanna... I don't even wanna say anything. At danger of hurting someone's feelings. So anyways, what I was gonna get to is that Bas would get 25 points in silver class for a P1, and Urian would right now get 15, so it would be 10 points in this championship. And now if we take a look at the standings, the gap right now is 11 points. So if they finish like this, then it's well, then it's a 1 point gap between them two, between the two of them. But if Mert passes him, then Bas only gains 3 points, so then the gap is 8 points in the championship. If that wasn't confusing, then you are really, then you're superhuman. And there goes Mert with 4 minutes to go up towards Lake Com. And how much is Bas gonna fight this? How many risks is he willing to take? He's way ahead of Urian, so maybe he can play it safe, but he holds on to the inside line. And how is he gonna squeeze him? No, he gets a little sideways on the curb. Maybe gonna come back into the right-hander. They're still side by side, and it's a move done. So nicely done for the class lead. And Chris Pitts, by the way, don't know why, but he does. So Mert at the end claims P7 and claims the class lead and likely class win, honestly. So that's 8 point gap in the standings for silver class after this race between Urian and Bas, because well, yeah, because Mert intervened. I mean, the thing is, Marius, the thing is, I'm not looking for, like, any high-performance bikes. Like, or bicycles. I literally just want something that I can go to university with. But the thing is that it's Corona anyway, so I'm not even leaving the house. The plan originally was to go to campus every day, which is, like, 11 kilometers. And I would do that by bicycle. I would commute basically, but Corona's still a thing, so I can't do that. I would have to do it next year. I'm not really looking at any high level bicycles. And what if Smart and Kessler gotta fight it out? I mean, they might as well. Like, Dragon is way back, so they're not gonna lose enough time for this. There's no real point in, yeah, I mean, there's no real point here in contesting this. Unless Kessel, of course, thinks that he can get back at Mert. And with the Lexus straight line speed, he might well be. It's just he needs to stick close, then get a good run up the mountain on the last lap, and then he can get it done. But under any other circumstances, basically a no-go. It's not gonna happen. And yeah, we are on the penultimate lap as well, because as you can see, Rupert is going towards Blanchimont up the hill right now, and then he's gonna cross the line with about a minute and 15 on the clock. So that's last lap. After which I have to run for the hills, like right away, because I've got Unileague. And so yeah, it's white flag as I said. And here's Kessel. I mean, realistically, you can do it up Blanchimont, maybe if he gets a really good one, and then the obvious spot is the Camel Straight into Lake Com, just where he would have been passed. What do you mean, young kids? I'm 20. Not that much older, I think. How old are you, like, Marius? I think you're like, what, 22, 23? I don't know. I'm not that much younger than you. But yeah, I mean, Germany has lifted the vaccine distribution prioritization. And now is Kessel going for a lunge? No. Okay, yeah, that wasn't gonna happen, but he shows intent. He's not happy with sitting behind at the end, and Gina actually goes onto the green stuff there, so that's probably a bad run. And now into Lassos, I think we're gonna see the move for the class win on the last lap. It's Bas Kessel versus Mert Gina, and that's a done move, but now it's down to whether Gina can get the cutback, or can Smelt maybe even threaten the Aston Martin. That's actually really spicy. With 1 lap to go, Felix Rupert going through Pouhon, he's gonna win this race, but who's gonna win in silver class? Is it Bas Kessel or is it Mert Gina? Is it the Lexus or the Aston Martin? Let's go into Helicam and see what is gonna happen. He's slipstreaming. Is he going for the move? Inside covered from Bas. On the brakes! Oh, he cuts it so tight, he tries to swing it right, and he cuts across the track. He needs to rejoin safely, and he does so, and can Smelt go through? He does, and that seals the deal. That's pretty much safe to say now that Bas Kessel's gonna win silver class, barring an absolute disaster. So that was a nice try. He didn't really lose anything. I mean, it's an overall spot that he doesn't care about. It's about silver class. So this is fine. It was fine to go the risk. Didn't work out in the end. Bit of a shame. And I think Bas is gonna win. Oh no! Oh no, we're gonna watch that back. How did he do that? Oh wow. Oh no. Oh no. That's gonna give Dragon the position. So now Dragon gets 18 points. It's actually bad for Bas because now he only gains 7 points on Dragon, so the gap now is 4 points. Oh, right, yeah, Felix kind of won the race. I watched the replay. So, yeah, Felix Rupert wins to the surprise of no one. He dominated that one, didn't he? George Brabner comes second, then it's Ruben in P3. He saves himself across the line from Sam. That sounds more dramatic than it was, Sam. Just wasn't fast enough in the second stint, but still impressive. Freed himself off Veld by 13 seconds. Anton Oliveira with the undercut got himself into a solid spot, but was driving in clear air basically. Well, race P6 for him, and then Bas Kessel's gonna take his first silver class win. I believe that might be wrong. I think it is. I'm really bad at remembering silver class stats. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's P7. P8 is Jasper Smelt, and then Mert gets the 80-second gap for this very, very unfortunate off track on the last lap at No Name Corner. Dragon will obviously beat him, so he'll be P2 in class, and then Fernandez and Noppen are coming in. Honestly, I need to end the stream now because I really, really have to go. So thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next week. It's gonna be Monza. I hope we get good numbers for that one because it's Monza, and I need some cars alive after turn 1. Which means everyone attend except WoW, please don't. And Chris, because that will be terrible. Thanks for watching.